Hey everyone, so I did a look on this, I did a video on this look. Hopefully it's already up by now. How are you enjoying my content for Halloween? I've been uploading a lot more. I don't know what video this is that's going up, but I know it's for Halloween. This is going to be part 1 of my eyeshadow palettes. And I tried to do this before, but for some reason, they sucked. And maybe I already did do some, but it's probably been a while, so we're going to do an updated one. This is going to be part 1. This is just what I have setting on my vanity. This is what I will go for the most, or what I have the most use out of, or like the really new stuff that I'm getting some use out of. I'll probably do part 2 tomorrow, along with my part 1 of my lip collection, because I have a huge ass collection, as well as doing some kind of glitter look that you'll see in the video tomorrow. Yeah, we're getting things done. I've never uploaded for this channel so much in one day. This is like the 4th video I'm doing for this channel in one day. Kyla Rebecca is like currently uploading on YouTube, and I'm so ecstatic. So I guess we can start with what I have right here. I'm also going to include whatever single shadows I have sitting up here, because I do have the Z palette, but it's so full. I need to get rid of some stuff in it, honestly. Because a lot of the shadows are really old, or they suck, or the names wore off, and I don't use them. But whatever like single shadows I have sitting up here, I'll tell you about them too. So I had to pull out like this little part. So we have the color. I have a lot of ColourPop, by the way. ColourPop and the I Love Sarah E. Through my eyes collection. I love Karen. She's so freaking beautiful. And this palette. I bought the PR collection, so I had everything. I have the box sitting up over there. You can't see it because it's more that way, but can you tell that I liked it? Or that I do like it? I haven't used it for a minute. I was going to use this as like my wedding makeup, because I was going to do yellow, and I was just like, no, I want to do pink and purple, because I planned on having like a lot of sunflowers and stuff, and that just didn't turn out. I'm trying not, I hate the feeling of makeup on my fingers, so I'm like trying not to touch it too much. This palette is amazing. I believe I've used every color in this palette. Mesmerize, the shimmer that looks like it's been dug into, is probably one of my favorites. And Wild Soul, that yellow, definitely my favorite too. Sandalwood, this transition shade right there, also one of my favorites. And Nostalgia, this really pretty matte pink, beautiful. Totally recommend this palette. If you're someone that wants like a pop of green or like yellow, it's good for you, but you also still get like your pinks and stuff. The next one I haven't used too much, but I do like it. It's the Jeffree Star Thirsty palette. I wanted to try to collect his palettes, but his palettes are like super expensive to me. I think it's really pretty though. I got it because I really like the blues and the yellows, and surprisingly they're not my favorite. I really like the glitters the most out of this palette, or like the shimmers right here, this row. When he first revealed this palette, I did not like it at all. I thought it was really ugly, and I still kind of think it is. Like the colors down here are really pretty. They're just not as pigmented as I would have liked them to be. More or less, I like the browns, which is kind of sucks as I don't wear brown makeup, because I don't like neutrals. I don't like boring everyday looks. I wear color like this almost all the time. What are you gonna do? And then next is some of the stuff I might swatch. Ignore these right here. This is from the Blue Moon palette. But this is the ColourPop Super Shock Shadow in Falling Up. Looks like this. It's super pretty. It's very, very sheer. You can barely see it. It's more or less like an eye topper. But it is really pretty. Oh yeah, I paused my thing. I was playing YouTube. I was like, why is it so silent in here? Okay, that's all for that part. I'm trying to like figure out what all little stuff I have sitting up here. Okay. And we're gonna do like the single shadows first that I see. If I miss any single shadows that's sitting up here, they'll just be in part 2. But I think I have all the single shadows. We have the NYX Mermaid. I did a look with this shade and the NYX one Glass Slipper, and like a mermaid vibes tutorial that I did like when I first started my main channel, not this channel, my main channel. I started this channel because I started posting different content on that channel, but one of the very first videos I ever filmed for that channel was a tutorial using this. And I think, no, I saw Jaclyn Hill when I used to watch her. She used glass slipper in a look, and I got the two shades confused, and then they were both really pretty, so I got them both. But this is Mermaid. I don't know if you can tell. It's not, like, it's pretty, it's just not like wabam. It's like a color you would assume would be a mermaid shade. And then glass slipper is this. It's crushed. It came crushed, but I wanted it because it was the only one they had at Ulta left, so I got it. I don't know if you can tell. You can't tell. But it's like a really pretty, like, seafoamy green. Like, it looks like it would be a glass slipper green. I don't know how to, like, describe it because I know the lighting sucks, but there's Mermaid right there. And glass slipper just looks like a more green iridescent shade of it. Now moving this way, so I have ColourPop, and I have the Ooh La La palette, but the casing of these suck. I hate the plastic packaging. That it came, a couple of the shades came shattered. I lost one of the shades, so it's actually in the Z palette. You'll see it when I get to the Z palette. Oh, in this video, because it's sitting up here. Which is surprising because I don't use the Z palette. But the Ooh La La palette is wonderful. I just don't have all the shades because some of them broke. But of course, Blue Moon. I have made it my goal to collect these. The only time I won't collect them is if they're the boring colors. I feel like I have to sneeze. Like strawberry. Oh god. Sorry. Like strawberry shake or that red palette that I don't like. The really basic red or browns. I won't collect those. This is Baby Got Peach. There's Hungry Ghost. I'm like trying not for you to like see in my mirror. It's a really pretty. This is the closest thing I will wear to neutrals. I will not wear like browns. I don't wear cool tones. will wear peaches if I have to, but I will not wear neutrals. So this was a really good investment for me. A lot of people said it was boring and that it looks like their spring palette, which it does. It does, okay. And at first glance, I thought it was boring. And to be honest, at first I only bought it because I wanted Hungry Ghost. And I was like, well, might as well just get a palette out of it. Let's buy the whole thing. And it came, and I was like, it's actually really a lot more prettier than I thought it would be. Oh, I didn't finish the single shadows. So this is Freebird, it's a glitter. And this is Indio, which is also glitter, both by ColourPop. I'm not going to swatch them because they're like pressed glitter, and the glitter gets everywhere. So not today. Not today. And then we have the It's My Pleasure palette, which is probably my favorite palette from these plastic ones of theirs. Can you tell? Like how much it's gone into? You can't really tell on camera, but I went in on this damn thing. I don't like the color purple, but I like purple eyeshadow, and that's almost all I would wear for the longest time. And I had to switch it up because I can't just wear the same shade every day. Next up we have Profusion. Why is it so disgustingly dirty? It's the Spectrum palette. So basically, it's rainbow. I have only tried a few shades from it. I tried these two blues and those two pinks, like this red and this pink, or like this darker red. It's not a red, this darker pink, not dark. Those shades are really good. They work really well, and so I'm holding on to hope that the rest of this palette is also as good. Next up we have Kylie Cosmetics Sipping Pretty palette. It was her 21 birthday palette. Looks like this. This is the only palette by Kylie that I actually like. The rest of her palettes to me suck, or they're boring. This one is really pretty. Like, the mattes are creamy, they blend, the shimmers are gorgeous. It's a gorgeous palette. I recommend it. And it's the only palette by her I recommend. The next up is the Alien palette by Jeffree Star. I've hardly touched it, but not because like it's bad or anything. I don't gravitate towards this palette. Sometimes I even forget I have it. All the shades in here are really good. Like, none of them disappoint. None of them. He has one of the best formulas, and I know he's very controversial. I don't buy from him from like a personal level. Like, I don't watch his channel. I just like his products. I'm sorry. If that bothers you, sorry. Whoops. I don't think he's an awful person. I definitely think he could be better, but I don't think he's like an awful person. But this is not the video to talk about that, but I just thought I would talk about it since I do have quite a few of his products, meaning like 3 palettes and like a handful of his lipsticks, but I figured I would make that a note. Then we have the Profusion Festival. What are you doing, laptop? Oh, for fuck's sake. My laptop's being a fuck up. Give me 1 second. Sorry, I dropped my laptop and it's been glitching up ever since. I'm really hoping it's not about to go out. I had to make sure it was good for a second. The Festival palette. What I like about this is it does have this, I hate it and I like it. It has this plastic right here with all the names on it, which, there's not room to put them underneath, so I guess that's understandable. But this piece of plastic is so annoying because it doesn't peel all the way back. And I'm afraid to take it off because I kind of like how it, like, keeps, like, the flyaways, I guess, from getting on here, and kind of keeps them contained. But this piece of plastic also gets annoying, but the shades are really good. These browns over here, they suck. I've used them in different looks. The browns suck. This one specifically, no pigment to it. The shimmers are really pretty. The shade Atlantis here, you really have to dig into it to get any shimmer or shade or pigment, but it's okay. But everything else I've liked so far. I've used most of it. I just have not used anything from this side other than like swatching it. But yeah, I like it. And the ABH or Anastasia Beverly Hills Riviera palette. One of my favorites, probably my favorite ABH palette that I have. I have 3. I really want their Alyssa Edwards palette, the Jackie Aina, and the Norvina volume 1, the big one, yeah. But that pink, this pink, not that one, but that one's a good one. And then this purple, oh my, they are so bright. Woo! I would recommend this palette. If you want like a mixture of your neutrals and some bright shimmers and some bright mattes, this is your gal. Next up we have the Zodiac. We might have to break this down into 3 parts because I have so much sitting up here that I didn't realize, and this video is already so long. I'm just like, I might have to put this into like 3 sections. This is the Zodiac by ColourPop and Kathleen Lights. That's what it looks like on the outside. It's really pretty. It has some of like the prettiest packaging. I don't use this too often. I don't know why it's sitting up here. I think more or less because it has some good transition shades. But I don't use it too often. Like, when I look at this, I feel chaotic. Like, I can't really, like, make them work together. And I'm just like, it just kind of turns me off. I don't know. Maybe I'm just weird. Next, we have the Jeffree Star Blood Sugar palette. I think this is like the first ever palette I bought by him. So, I really like it. I know that sounds like I don't, like I'm just saying, like I'm so surprised. There are some shades in here. I think it maybe it's this one and this one that I don't really care for. I think it's just like the color of them, not necessarily like their pigment, like they are pigmented. I just don't really care for the color. But I do really like the shades in here. They do blend very well. Like I said, he has some of the best formulas. And it is very sturdy. I really like it. I'm trying not to like get y'all in like the mirror because I feel weird. Like I don't make it like a secret. I film on my phone, but it feels weird. And then here's my Z palette, and things are rolling around in here. Okay, so before we even get started, I'm gonna throw out the ones that I don't even use anymore. Like they're old. They've been in here for years. It's sad how many there are. Oh my goodness. This is how many single shadows I have that just don't work. They don't work whatsoever. Like there's no pigment to them. It was like that when I got them. Let me move some of these around. That shade don't need to be in there either. I'm sorry, just give me a second. So the big ones we have are ColourPop and Carity. For ColourPop, we have these two. I'm not going to tell you the names, so I really don't use them. And then these two, which are Tea Garden and Glass Bowl, which I actually use pretty often right here. Tea Garden and Glass Bowl, they're very beautiful. They are very unique shades, and I do recommend them if you use single shadows. I haven't seen them in like a palette or anything. And the rest of them are Carity. I like Carity, I just don't use their single shadows that much. And then these little ones down here is the ewww palette from like the plastic palette of ColourPop, that hot pink one. There's only 7. There's a 9 in the palette. I don't have the gold shade or that really pretty vibrant purple. The purple broke, the gold I lost. But yeah, that's what they look like. I had to get it situated. There's a lot more room now that I kicked all those other ones out that I don't use. We're going to make this into 3 parts. Shit, maybe in a part 4. We'll just have to spread it out over time. But this is the Magic Mini palette by Juvia's. I love Juvia's. They have some of the best formulas as well. Come on. Come on. This is beautiful. I love this green and this silvery green down here. Absolutely beautiful. I think those are actually probably my 2 favorite shades out of this entire palette. I recommend any palette by Juvia's. I love them. I love them. And then the next one I have by them is the Masquerade. The Masquerade. I don't know if you heard me or not. Masquerade Magic Mini. And I know everybody and their mom has used this palette before. It's got your neutrals, your warm shades. It has also got your pops of color. And I got it because of how vibrant these shades are up here. They are so freaking vibrant. Oh god, I just dropped that and stabbed myself on the end. Ow. Ow. And the last palette for this part 1 is going to be the Jaclyn Hill palette. I got it because I used to be a huge fan of her. I even taped that up here because I was like, I'm going to do tutorials. And I will, just so I can use this palette up because, if you can't tell, I use the shit out of it. It's just like, I have better palettes. I don't really wear browns. And I'm not gonna lie, these colors down here, they suck. The bright colors in here, they suck. And I just don't wear browns. I just don't wear browns. And I got this when I was a huge, like, I love fucking neutrals, like every other basic girl. And now I'm just like, I don't want this. I don't wear them. But I paid a hell of fucking money for it, and I gotta use it now. So I will use it. But if you are someone who likes neutrals and you like Morphe, get it. I personally won't just because I already have it. Yeah. But this is going to be it for part 1. I might take a break and film part 2. I don't know, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next video. I don't know what video it's going to be. I don't know if it's going to be something completely different, or it's just going to be like another something. Bye, guys.